The Olympia is here, and this is a very anticipated one. Here are my predictions before the Olympia starts. Men's Open, this is like a crazy one because no matter how I've placed people, I feel guilty because I feel like they should be placed higher, and I feel like it could go anywhere. When you've got people like Baruz entering the scene, Brett Wilkin, obviously these are fresh faces to the Olympia, that shakes it up a lot. You've got the return of the Nick, and you've got the Dick feud, Derek and Nick. I made that name up. It sounded better in my head. But let's go for a top five. At number 5, I have Marty Fitzwater. He showcased a very excellent, strong debut at the Olympia last year. He got 4th place, and I think this year he's going to be better for sure. He's got some redemption energy, some shit to prove from when he competed earlier this year. I think he's got this lovely blend of shape and balance. I wouldn't be surprised based on his trajectory if he actually placed higher and shocked some people. I'm open to it. I like his physique. But I've placed him 5th because I've got Nick Walker in 4th. We haven't seen him compared to Samson and Harry for a while, so that will be interesting. And I do think this is going to be the best Nick of all time, for sure. And again, this is what makes it so hard to place these guys. And this is me thinking everyone's at the best. Everyone's at 100%. I think he's going to be bigger and leaner than he's ever fucking been, to be honest. And he's going to pull off some Donny Yates shit. But I've got him in 4th because I've got Harry in 3rd. Do you know what surprises me? And this happens every single motherfucking year. People forget about Harry when they're predicting shit. And that's crazy to me because he's a pretty consistent guy. And he's been in the mix of the top 3, top 4 for fucking years now. And it's arguable that he could have actually won more Olympias than he's done. Harry, since he's been on the Olympia stage, has always been a threat for that title. And he's not shown signs of not being a threat. I think because he only does one show a year, which is the Olympia, that people sort of forget because they don't see him throughout the year. And obviously, he's not like overly present on social media. What happens every year is he comes out and people are like, oh shit. This is why I've got him in 3rd, and I can see him being placed higher or lower. Like I say, he's not proving he's not a threat to the title anymore because he's very consistent. So top 2, who would I have? Well, in 2nd, I'm going to go with Derek. I think this again is going to be the best of all time, Derek. I think it's going to be very similar to the Arnold, and he absolutely nailed the Arnold. I think, of course, he beat Samson there. We saw a slightly off version of Derek. In comparison to that Arnold, beat Nick. I think Nick and Derek are going to be improved from that look. And I know that show was so close, it could have gone either way. Like I keep saying, the places could go anyway either. I'm going to pick Derek in 2nd. I feel very confident in the fact he's going to be much improved from the previous year where he was a little bit off and he slipped a little bit. And then next brings me to Samson, the current reigning Mr. Olympia champ. Obviously, he got it last year. Got to support my guy from the UK. But I think he's got a great argument as well because I think he's going to bring a different look. A look that we haven't seen before. A very conditioned look. The look that people have been screaming for. I'm basing this off his guest posing at 6 weeks out. He was looking in. And also based off, obviously, he's going harder than he's ever done before. His face looks fucking caved in. I think he's going to be bringing a different look for sure. It's going to be his best condition of all time. Now, the risk with that is that leave him on the smaller side. Will there be a trade-off with size and potentially shape in favour of conditioning? And is that drop-off in size going to leave the door open for other people? Maybe. Or alternatively, we see this fucking crazy, big, shapely, shredded, Ronnie Coleman-esque physique on stage. That's going to be lights out. Right, I think that's a bit of a gamble, and that's why I'm really, really excited for that. I think that top 5, anyone could place it anywhere, and I think past the top 5, God, there's so many fantastic bodybuilders. I think it's one of the most competitive Olympias for a good while, and I think it's getting more and more competitive each year. I'm not going to lie. I feel like the standard of bodybuilders just, God knows who's going to make it into the top 10 and who's going to fall out of the top 10. But I know that there's going to be people outside the top 10 who in other Olympias most likely very much belonged within it. Run through the other classes quick. 2-on-2, Keon. Yeah, Keon, I think he would give Open a run for his money, I'm not going to lie. He's one of the best bodybuilders on the planet. I think it's going to be open and closed case. Come in, take it, go. Because that was pretty much the case last year. And he looks very much improved this year. It's silly. Just move to the fucking Open, mate. Just do it. We've got classic physique. I think, well, Mike's made weight. I think it says, would that drop of weight that he's had to do to make weight affect his look? I don't know. But I'm basing this off his Arnold earlier this year. I think he's, out of everyone, pushed C-Bum the hardest. Last year, he showcased that. And he came out of fucking nowhere. He came out of nowhere. And I feel like he's nailed it now. And the Arnold has sort of proved that wasn't a fluke. But you've got Ramon, and I think a lot of people have those too. But I think Terence Ruffin is probably going to be within the mix. You know, I think they're going to be pushing each other. Especially Terence Ruffin is showing some really fucking awesome improvements. But I feel like, again, the Classic is getting very competitive now. In regards to physique, Ryan Terry, I think he's just got that look. And again, you got to support my man from the UK. Just get more Olympias for the UK. Whoop, whoop. Be one of the top places to be. You know, I like the idea of people like, oh, fuck, the UK lot are coming in. Shit. Confident with Ryan. He's done it a couple of times now. He's nailed it. I think he is going to be becoming more peeled than ever, judging from he's got like striated eyes at this point. But I think someone who's shaking up the physique division is Ali. And I think it's going to be between those two. And that's going to be interesting. But anyway, they are my predictions. What are yours? How do you feel like it's going to go down? I might do a post-prejudging sort of prediction as well. Let's see how it goes.